Hey, good morning, Forex traders. This is Vance Williams out of the US here. Um, what this show has evolved into over time is really just me getting ready for my own trades. I think kind of giving the members that I coach, a little bit of insight as well. But I got to call it what it is. It's just me getting ready for my own trading, getting a read on the markets, looking over price. And so just going to call it what it is from now on. But I basically look to get a read on fundamentals, check to see what the banks are thinking, and then look at what price is doing and see if I'm in a position for a trade. I want to let you know, if you're not a member and you're currently watching, I'm creating a series on YouTube. It's basically going to feature all my knowledge over the 10 plus years that you need to know in order to win trading Forex. And we put a big banner right on the top of my site at forexartofwar.com, and you can just see it right here. Watch now. If you know my YouTube channel, Forex Art of War, you can also, just go there and look for it. There are currently, I think, 3 sessions up. I'm about to put 3 more up in the next couple of days. So I'm really committed to really helping to illuminate what you really need to be able to do in order to win. So I'm going to really lay it all out there. Why do I give it all away? I don't really put a price on education. That's what knowledge is, education. I put a price on my coaching, me watching you swing the bat, so to speak. So you're going to be able to learn a tremendous amount from that free training. Okay, so let me just get this off of here, and we'll get back to the charts. Let me get that off of there too. Again, what I do here on this morning session is really just for your educational purposes only. All right, so the fundamentals it's an important part of my prep work for trading. I need to know all of the news in the world that's basically come together into one sentiment. What's the bottom line conclusion? Are we just totally neutral? Are we bullish on the dollar? Is there divergence between the currencies? Is the euro going one way and the pound the other? Right now, what we have is, the latest we heard from the Fed was that they're going to rely on economic performance in the United States to drive their interest rate policy. That's where they're at right now. So with respect to that, last Friday, when we had the jobs data, the non-farm out of the United States, very, very strong numbers on the jobs. So where we would be at right now with no other containing data, looking at probably the euro and the pound, but in particular the euro, we would be bullish dollar. So bearish euro dollar pair, bearish pound dollar pair with respect to the fundamentals. So this was, this is the first criteria giving me the go ahead for a potential trade this morning. In addition, the other thing I look at is what price has been doing since the London Open. And so far, what we've got since London Open is we got a move down to about 62 pips. So price is in the down mode. And I'll get back to a little bit closer look at what price is doing in just a moment. In the major banks, I just took a quick glance at them. I always go over usually go over specifics about who the bank is and what they're doing during our team trading session. I'm not sure about, I subscribe to a service that provides me that information, and I'm not sure how much of that I'm supposed to put out. So anyway, I just kind of keep it generic here, talking to the public. But basically, the major banks have been executing buys on the U.S. dollar, various pullbacks in different positions. So not all of them entered, but some of them looking for pullbacks. Some of them missed. Some of them entered. But the bottom line is that they're buying the dollar, and they really haven't stopped doing that for quite some time. All right, so now let's take a look at the charts. As you can see, I don't use trend lines very often, but sometimes they are meaningful. And I have this one on the 30-minute showing that this ends up creating a dividing line right here where the buyers and sellers are equal over these 30-minute periods, 30, 30, 30, 30. And then when we get a close underneath, that becomes meaningful. Now, then secondarily, I've got this former support right here, which is a little bit of a trend line, but I've got that in place showing that this is probably also where the buyers and sellers will be equal at 50-50. And you can see right now you got a spinning top right there. That's exactly what's happening. This is not magic. This is just knowing the behavior of what buyers and sellers do. This is looking very bearish right now, but you've got the risk event of being right here at this level. This is going to attract buyers and hence the division. We had a little bit of a similar situation with the euro, but you can see on the 30-minute, it's closed well below this level that I had marked here, and even the bigger one that I had marked earlier. But it's been kind of going over and under this one, I noticed, so I just kind of had that in mind. But when it did come through here again to the downside, that probably would have been a good indication to me that this was probably at least going to move down some. All right, so dropping to the 5-minute. I dropped to the 5-minute. Here's what I was looking at. I was looking for it to come out of this area right here. Okay. And there were a couple of things that I was personally looking at. First of all, and everybody's a little bit different, but I was looking at the size of this movement, which is about 156 pips. I usually don't get into trades when trends are that long. Now, when they have corrected some, I'll probably make an exception in the future for some of my trades, but right now my trading plan doesn't allow me to get into a trade when you're looking at a trend movement of 178. But again, I'm probably going to make an exception for substantial consolidation or a correction level. Having said that, I did go ahead and document something that I was looking at this morning. I'm going to drop back down to the 5. As I saw it come through here, and it was just bouncing off of here when I came in. So what I was doing is I was looking for a little bit of a pullback in this area, and I'll show you. It was moving a little bit fast for me, so I dropped to the 1-minute, and basically here's what I was looking at. It was right here. It was dropping down. You can see it drops from here to here. And so I documented this one right here with a stop above this swing high. So the stop is about 10 pips. And then the target, because of the length of the trend and what have you, I put it about 15. Now it already made a second push to about 13, but I'm just going to let this run, put it in my trading folder, and make some decisions later when I've got some more actual criteria. Remember that backtesting, there's just so many, the market changes so much. Backtesting is almost worthless. But having your own documentation and your own experience with trading logic that's complete, this is what really teaches you where your ideal trade is. So not optimal conditions for me to trade right now. With this euro trend being so huge, following non-farm, the pound sitting right there at a key level, and let's drop down to the 5-minute on that one. You can see it just dipped down a little bit, not very strong. If I was looking to trade this, and again, this is like around 80 on the intraday trend coming out. Not looking at this, but let me go back to the 30-minute. Looking here, here's what I would be looking at here is when this flipped over and turned over, how big are we? We were about 90. That's also a little bit long, although we did have a good correction. So like I said, in the future, I can definitely consider this, but I'm going to have to trade it. So I'll be looking for a traded document coming right out of here this morning. Everything's pointing to that potential. So that's what we'll be watching for there. Now, keep in mind, this 150-200, because it keeps bumping up against it, it's become a bit of a psychological barrier right there. So we might want to see price come through there a little bit before we think about taking a trade. But everything's kind of pointing towards the downside this morning. Australian dollar, don't see anything that interests me there. New Zealand dollar, don't see anything that interests me there. Members of our team, you guys can look to practice. Maybe this is looking like it's coming up right now. In this case, in this instance, I probably put a trend line there and say, look for a move, an advantage above here. US dollar yen, just kind of fireworks went off. Need this to settle down. Canadian, US dollar Canadian. This is really dependent on the oil prices. So if you're getting, say for example, if we're getting a rise in oil prices, then this will likely continue down. If oil prices begin to drop again, because the Canadian currency is so related to the oil prices, you'll probably see it move up. That's about it, I think. So that's what I'm doing. For me personally, totally honest, these trends are a little bit big for me right now. So I'm documenting a move. I'm looking to document a move out of here. I'm already kind of playing around with one here on the euro, but it looks like my plan to go for 15, just because I thought this was going to be a little weak, was probably just a little bit too strong, because it only went to 13, but we'll see if it turns right here or not. Again, you just got to trade based upon complete logic, document it all, and then look back over a series of 10 or so trades. All right, well, that's it for me now. I'll see the members, see you guys in about an hour. We'll get together for the New York Stock Exchange Open, and you guys know what to look for, team. All right, cheers.